Hello, welcome back. I'm Statman Dave, and today we're going to be looking at 5 midfield options for Mikel Arteta's Arsenal. This video is brought to you by OneFootball. If you haven't checked out their app, the link is in the description below. They've got a brilliant brand new logo, so you gotta go and check it out. But anyway, let's get this party started. Under Mikel Arteta, Arsenal seem to have their ducks in a row, with the club going from strength to strength in the few matches. In fact, since Arteta took charge of Arsenal in December, only Liverpool and Manchester United have lost fewer games. The improvement on the pitch has been impressive, and their moves in the transfer market are positioning themselves really well. The recent additions of Nicolas Pepe, Kieran Tierney, William Saliba and Gabriel all look likely to be part of the next great Arsenal side. However, there's still question marks in central midfield. So today we're going to be looking at 5 central midfielders Arsenal should be signing. But given Mikel Arteta's flexibility, we're presenting 5 different options for the club. Starting with the player that Arsenal fans on social media seem most intent on signing, it's Thomas Partey. The Ghanaian is arguably the best option right now for Arsenal. His physical attributes not only mean he could quickly adapt to life in the Premier League, but could seamlessly slot into Arteta's two-man midfield with the energy and dynamism to dominate for 90 minutes. His ability to win the ball back through tackles and interceptions would suit Arsenal's and Arteta's intense press. He regained possession through tackles and interceptions 24 more times than any other Arsenal player last season, and would add a much needed effectiveness without the ball into Arsenal's midfield. But Partey isn't just a ball winner, he's a very good progressor with an excellent range of passing, especially in terms of long passes. And this has been improving year on year, with the 19-20 season Partey's best in terms of progressive passes and passes into the final third, which suggests that he's got room to grow as well. And this would be perfect for Arsenal's almost trademark move under Arteta, building up on the right hand side with short passes before switching out to the left-hand side to finish off the move with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. The questions over Partey is whether he could be transitioned from a combative defensive side to Atletico Madrid to a more possession-heavy side like Arsenal. Throughout his 5 full seasons at Atletico, Simeone's men have never averaged more than 50% possession, which is far less than he'd like to expect when playing in a Mikel Arteta side. Now, that's not to say that he couldn't make the change, but it's not something you should have to consider when you're buying a midfielder with Champions League experience for 50 million quid. Another player that's been heavily linked to a switch to North London is Houssem Aouar. The Lyon man starred in the side's run to the Champions League semis, but the club seem to be looking like they want to cash in on him, providing someone meets their €60 million valuation. Whilst we're talking similar costs, he's a very different player to Thomas Partey. If we take Arteta's preferred midfield 2 from last season, Granit, Xhaka and Dani Ceballos, Partey is the Xhaka upgrade, whereas Aouar is a Ceballos upgrade. If Arsenal had limitless cash, I'd say get both of them. Unfortunately, they don't. If Arsenal had to pick one though, I'd go with the Lyon man. Aouar is fantastically technical and a modern day creative midfielder. We've recently talked about Aouar, and in that video will be linked above, but in short, he does a bit without the ball, pressurising opponents, putting in tackles, before having the technique to evade pressure with dribbles before calmly picking out passes. And his eye for a through ball would make him perfect for Arsenal's wide men, building out from the back to draw pressure from deep to create space in behind, then allowing the Frenchman to release Aubameyang. The only question mark is the price tag. Aouar is the perfect central midfielder for Arteta, capable of playing in multiple positions, and he can facilitate a switching system. He'd also offer an immediate improvement in attack, with his actions creating 50% of Lyon's Champions League goals last season. This is the only question mark over Arteta's Arsenal so far. He's massively improved the structure and the tactics of the club, and it's about time the goals followed. And Aouar would damn right help that. Before we move on, we've got to talk about the OneFootball app, rebranded, looking absolutely sick. It's the only place to keep up to date with everything going on in the world of football. Your news, your transfers, you gotta follow your team on there because it comes straight into your phone via the notifications. The OneFootball app is the one-stop shop for all things football, from news articles to those transfer rumours to videos to goal notifications. If you want to check out the app and help support the channel, to download it, there'll be a link in the description below. Go and check it out. OneFootball are the real goats, and we've done some stuff on their YouTube channel as well, so stay tuned for more of that good stuff. stuff. An alternative for Arsenal is AC Milan's Ismail Benacer, who actually played for the Gunners at youth level. The Algerian international stock may have not quite risen as high as Partey or was, but he's arguably more a complete player than the pair. He's got the attributes to become a true box-to-box midfielder, or could specialise in becoming elite attacking, creative or defensive midfielder given the right guidance. Although he's enjoying himself in a self-identified role as a regista. What Benacer would offer Arteta is complete versatility. He's comfortable at playing in a three-man midfield as he is in a two, and will be one of the first names on the team sheet, with the midfield partners being rotated dependent on opposition, whilst Benacer remains given the different roles required. He's a tenacious midfielder who loves a tackle, but he's also got the technical ability to play with the ball at his feet, progressing the ball with short passes and of course those long switches. In fact, comparing Arsenal's squad in league competitions last season, Benacer would rank top for tackles won, interceptions, progressive passes, ball recoveries, and would come second for dribbles completed, shot creating actions and passes into the final third. Signing Benacer would put the Gunners in a great position to further evolve. His well-roundedness would mean Arsenal could move for a player that can become readily available, be it a ball winner or a creator, with Arteta able to adapt Benacer accordingly. But widely regarded as one of the best young players in Europe, Benacer wouldn't come cheap, and Arsenal may have to swallow some pride as they reportedly could have re-signed him last season for less than £20 million. But signing the Algerian would be a real statement of intent from the Gunners. A much cheaper, albeit inferior option to the three we've mentioned is Ibrahim Sangare, who's reportedly available for less than €10 million. And at that price, Arsenal should move for him alongside one of the guys we've already talked about. Sangare is a very defensive midfielder in the mould of a deep line playmaker. He's got the build of a top six holding midfielder, in that he's tall and physical with good defensive awareness, but he's got the technical ability showcased by his dribbling ability and passing range. Starting last season at 21, Sangare controlled Toulouse, not just making the most passes, but winning the most tackles, more than any other player for the Violets. Signing that Ivorian would allow Arteta to switch to a 4-3-3. This system we assume he's building towards due to his time at Manchester City. In this shape, Sangare could anchor the midfield at the base, offering defensive solidity and control and possession, whilst allowing his partners to become more attacking and even facilitate a bit of a free A action for Mikel Arteta if he fancies it. A pair of Xhaka and Aouar in front of Sangare would offer great balance and control, and could likely accelerate Arteta's project. But he's not a ready-made number 6, like when Liverpool signed Fabinho, but he's well thought of across Europe, and at 22 there's plenty of time to improve. And finally, we're suggesting that Arsenal could take a look at Red Bull Salzburg's Enoch Nwipu. Like Sangare, Nwipu should be cheap and a supplementary signing to a bigger name. He'd likely take Guendouzi's spot in Arsenal's midfield and would cost considerably less than the volatile Frenchman. Nwipu was a big part of RB Salzburg's engine room, putting some dominant performances in the Champions League last season, notably against Liverpool. His schooling at Red Bull, arguably the new conveyor belt for modern footballers, has rounded his game out remarkably. Often deployed as an outside midfielder in a diamond, Nwipu combines his great physical strength and attributes with his size and stamina with good technical skills as well as an impressive understanding of the game. Without the ball, he's aggressive in the press, often regaining possession through tackles. In fact, his 4 tackles per game in the 1920 Champions League was the second most in the competition. He's very calm in possession and doesn't panic when under pressure. Often he'll actually move towards pressure to open up a forward passing lane and then pulling that pass off. But what's interesting about the Zambian is his aggressive off-the-ball movement. He frequently makes forward runs, both as a forward passing option, but also to vacate space for teammates to move into. It's the level of understanding to which is why he's got such high potential. Not only has he got the physical and technical attributes to play at the top level, but he has the understanding too. He shouldn't be signed off as a starter right now, but he's a star of the future and could establish himself come the end of the season. But anyway, in conclusion, guys, if it was up to me, I'd sign Aouar 100% of the time. I think he's already a top-level player, and on top of that, it'd be a perfect fit for Arteta. And potentially, there could be some cash left over from Nwipu or Sangare. But anyway, guys, what do you think? Who would you sign for Arsenal? Aouar, Partey, or someone else? Let me know in the comments below. Of course, check out OneFootball. They look great. They're looking good. The link will be in the description below. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, why not check out some more content on the Statman Dave YouTube channel?